Hey everybody, I'm the 13th Wolfman. You know what? Back in October, I did 31 Days of Halloween. And I know some people that did 31 Days Half October, 31 Days of Horror. And it was really fun to do a movie a day for the entire month. So now, we're coming up on December, and I want to do 25 Days of Christmas. But unlike the 31 Days of Halloween, where we predominantly did horror movies, I want to make 25 Days of Halloween, or 25 Days of Christmas, a little bit of everything. So you will find horror, you will find family films, you will find, comedies, a little bit of everything, and, classics and all that. So I want to get some people to do this along with me. I know that Tony Has Nine Fingers is on board, so check him out, and I'm hoping Nightmare Maven will come along for the ride, So that's basically what it is. It's just 25 Days of Christmas, and we're gonna have like I said, some comedies, some classics, some horror, whatever, for 25 days of Christmas movies, of whatever kind of Christmas movies. So let's start it off. Today is day one of the 25 Days of Christmas, and I thought I would start it off with a classic that I've been watching every year since I was a kid, and that's It's a Wonderful Life with James Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore. If you don't know what It's a Wonderful Life is, I don't know where you've been living, but it's a movie from the 1940s where James Stewart plays the older brother, George Bailey. There's George and Harry Bailey. Harry's his younger brother. When George was a kid, he was always watching out for his younger brother Harry, and Harry fell into a lake that froze over. And George went in to save his life, and he lost the hearing in one of his ears. So because of that, he's always kind of been looking out for Harry, Things, they grow up, things happen, and, George's father dies, so George takes over as basically the CEO of Bailey Brothers Savings and Loans. He's the responsible one. He's the one that just takes care of everybody all the time. And every time he does this, a few more of his dreams get squashed. He's just not. He wants to be an adventurer. He wants to put it in his words. I want to go around the world, man. He just wants to travel the world. He wants to design bridges. He wants to build skyscrapers. He wants to adventure. He wants to be an adventurer. But he's the responsible one. So when anything, like I said, when anything happens with the savings and loans, or anything happens in the town of Bedford Falls, which is his hometown, he feels that he's got to throw it on his shoulders and try to help things out. In this town, we have Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter is the mean old man that wants to own everything and make sure everything is lining his pockets. He is if you know who Mr. Burns is in The Simpsons, well, that's Mr. Potter in It's a Wonderful Life. It really is a perfect comparison, So one day, George thinks about killing himself. Jumps off a bridge, and he is granted to see what his life would be like if he'd never existed. And that's pretty much where I'm going to end it. I don't want to give too much away about this movie. I think I already have, but if you haven't seen it, I don't know what to tell you. I love this movie. Like I said, this is one of those movies I've been watching since I was a kid. It was always played, it was always played on like Thanksgiving and around the Christmas time on like cable, and I've owned it on VHS. I've owned it on DVD. I don't own it on Blu-ray. There's no reason to upgrade to Blu-ray. It looks incredible on DVD. You know, Frank Capra, the director, has made a lot of great movies. You know, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, It's a Wonderful Life actually was a monetary bomb in the 1940s when it came out. It didn't catch, you know, its stride until they started showing it around the holidays in the 70s, and the reason that was is because the copyright on it ran out. So they could show it without having to worry about paying any kind of monetary fine, you know, and I always thought that was kind of interesting. So Frank Capra, the guy that directed the movie, his grandson, Frank Capra III, is involved with Christmas Vacation. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, all these little things, I don't know. But yeah, I just want to tell you, today is the first of 25 Days of Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life is a great film. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and of course, I'm on the prowl.